What's going on, guys? This is Cheynee180 and
It's Augie. Hi.
from the Toy Migos, and we are here with
Tony.
Lenny.
from the G.I.Joe Classified team. So this is exciting. You guys got a lot of cool stuff back there. I've got some questions. Augie has some questions.
But we also have late breaking news.
Yes, that too.
The Rattler it's funded
Already.
Thank you. Now.
Thank you so much, guys.
So much.
Unreal.
Yeah, already. Like, how does that feel?
Feels very good. It's exciting. I can't wait to get to the tiers. I need the Baroness figure. I need it personally.
Stress
It looks
levels
so
go.
good.
Yeah,
So good.
Yeah.
it's cool because you guys have heard it from us before. Like these projects are huge. They take little over a year and a half to get these things going, and then there's even more time from there. So the stress level once it's funded, the stress level drops. But now it's like, let's get to the tiers, right? So and then it's just exciting, and the opportunities now just open up even more.
It's so fun.
And we're so happy for the Joe community, the Joe fans, because they back fast, they back early,
Yeah,
and they help
thank you,
us
guys.
get to these tiers as early as possible. So thank you guys. I appreciate the trust and the faith that we're going to give you the product that we're going to give you.
So great.
Yeah. All right, so I wanted to ask you guys, what was your favorite thing that was shown off here so far? We'll go with Tony or Lenny. You go
It's the
first.
same
It's
thing.
the
It's the
same
same
thing.
one.
Oh, synchronized?
Synchronized. Want to count or should yeah?
Yeah, count.
One, two, three. Road
Okay.
pig.
Okay.
For sure. There's plenty of great stuff
Yeah.
that we did reveal. Cobra
Yeah.
Claw. I don't know if you guys saw on the
did.
panel the renders of
It's
Cobra
coming
Claw
along
as
great
well.
too. We're just getting our first shots in, and it's awesome.
Ooh.
Yeah. Big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My fingers are still crossed for that 90s Snake Eyes with the orange.
That was my Snake Eyes as a kid.
That was
Yeah.
mine.
That was a Snake
Yeah.
Eyes. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
awesome.
I'm loving the oh my gosh, I'm skipping the name right now. The I just got him in too. The purple ninja guys. The
The Night Creepers?
Night Creeper.
Night Creeper.
Oh,
I
yeah,
forget
Night
Night
Creepers.
Creeper name.
How
Yeah.
incredible is that?
That
Dude,
Creepers
that
came
was
out
one
good.
of my favorite ones as a kid. And then the Range Vipers. I got.
Dude, Range
I had to
Vipers,
get.
right?
I had to get at least 6 of them.
Thank you.
Thank
and
you
like,
very much for your
those-
patronage.
Like the Range Vipers and the Night Creepers, those were my jam. Like I was just
Yeah.
like, oh,
too.
they're so good. Like,
Yeah.
There's so much
I
more.
mean, Range Vipers have a skull face,
Yeah.
Say no more.
yeah, it's so odd, but it's so toyetic at the
Yes,
same time.
they're
you know?
perfect villains.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Has anyone said this to you guys do you know that you are developing a brand new Joe fan base? I have a lot of friends who are casuals, and I go, hey, do you collect G.I. Joe Classified? And they go, I get all the ones that come with an animal.
Yeah, we're getting a lot of love in the animals, which is exciting because I love animals personally. So being able to design that and kind of get that into a 6-inch line is it's exciting, and I want to do more of them. And what other crazy animals can we make? We have a warthog.
We have a pit bull.
Yeah.
We have a pit bull. I
no,
try to
like-
say he's a pit bull mix because that's a big pit bull.
Like, yeah, no, like
So cute,
the
though.
animals that you guys are doing are just like top notch. Like
Thank you,
every time
thank
I
you.
see an animal, I'm like, oh man, and like you guys just like up the ante every time.
They're fun, and I mean, I think like it brings a lot to the 1/12 scale, right? Like so, like it brings some
does.
extra life to the shelf. Not everything's a human. We got a lot of vehicles. A lot of like even tripwires drone.
Yeah.
The bomb picking up drone. Like getting stuff like that. Like again, it's the world of play. And I think that's what's so exciting for us. Like we're making this little universe.
Yeah,
And you're creating an experience. Because I know like a lot, there's a Joe fan base who likes things military realistic, which we will get to in a minute
Yeah.
with the 60th anniversary stuff.
Yeah.
But we also have a lot of fans who really like lean into the sci-fi element, that
Yeah.
kind of Avengers-esque, outside of the typical military, and that's what the animals do. That's what the like hospital. You got someone wearing a football jersey.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You have
That's
Corporal Gridiron.
That's why G.I. Joe's so awesome. It always was that. It's always been its own little universe. And I think that, there's real stuff in it. There's also a raptor dude who does taxes. You know what I mean? Like, it's
I had his toy. I love
like
his toy.
Big Boa.
I love his
Like,
toy.
the guy
Yeah.
who wears the gloves with like the giant.
Just wait until
I
we
had that
drop Nemesis Immortal on you. When you guys see
Oh, I
that
can't
in
wait.
person,
I
that's
can't
gonna
wait.
unlock some more fans. for
He's
sure.
enormous.
enormous.
He's enormous. And his wingspan, I could tell you, is over 14 inches.
it's no joke.
It's huge. It's big. Yeah. Well,
You'll see
Go
him.
big or go
You'll
home.
see him at a later date. But
yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm excited for that. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember watching the movie with him in there, and that's what I wanted to ask you guys actually. So there's a lot of people like myself included who missed out on Serpentor. Is there any like plans to maybe like make that available again in some other way or fashion?
The Emily line.
Yeah, nothing to speak about right now. We can't talk about future product, right?
But he's cool.
He is cool. Yeah, and we're always looking away. When we know there's demand for something that's already come out, look for ways to try and get other things back out there. No announcements yet, but certainly.
Okay. Yeah, we were very
I just want to know if it was on the table or a possibility. So
I mean, everything is.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that's not the greatest answer in the world, but like we love these things, and we love the way he came out in particular. So if there's an opportunity to do something in the future, yeah, why not? But we just can't talk about if we will or not.
That's fair. That's fair. I had one more thing. You remember the original Storm Shadow that you guys had with like the tattoos on his arms and stuff?
Yeah.
The original classified design. Is there any way that might surface in some way?
I would absolutely love to.
Because I actually really liked that design.
Me too.
I know there was a lot of people, like even Ernie, he was saying, he's like, dude, when are they going to come out with that one? Like, I actually liked that one.
That's an interesting story that would. It's a little bit of time. I think I've told her a bit. Like we did like a giant study to see what the new kid would be into, and that was one of the designs that rose to the top. We're also playing with this idea. If you notice his tattoo, it's Fujin or Raijin rather. Playing with how can we expand the Arashikage's lore a little bit more. That was a great project. I'd love to see it in plastic. I mean, who knows? I would love to. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, no, that's one of the ones that that keeps coming up. Like me and Ernie will always talk about it. We're like. Yeah. Oh man, I really want to see that one.
Me too.
Yeah.
And actually, our licensing partner.
Oh my goodness.
Haya Toys.
The Haya one. Have you guys seen that?
Yeah. Look for it.
Yeah. I needed.
That was a deep dive.
Yeah. I was like, the licensing team. I was like, please, Snake Eyes, Storm Shadow. I need them, and now I need the Crimson Guard. They're crushing it on those. Yeah.
What's really amazing with Classified is that you're hitting multiple types of collectors because you have the kid in us, but you've elevated it to this level of sophistication that I feel like anybody who would show up at your house and see your display, they'd be like, this is amazing. But then at the same time, you have people like me who are so into the nostalgia of it, and you hit that sweet spot too with the carded collection. Was the carded collection always meant to be taking on a life of its own, or was it something that you want to do for the fans and based on the feedback? Because now I feel like you're sort of creating a scenario where you're having your cake and eating it too, because you can get that elevated tattoos and cool designs, and then you have that carded version where you're like, this is what I had as a kid, and you're hitting both.
You nailed
and
it.
you can really have it all here. And how did the carded line kind of surface? Was it always a
Emily.
mesmer?
Actually, Emily had seen the need, right? And it was there needed to be we saw that people wanted retro, right? And then we saw that people wanted the classified pushed.
Right.
So it was how could we serve all audiences, right? And then the brand is growing. So it's we need a line extension. So Emily's what if we did a retro card back that leans into as much as we can, getting into that retro look, and then at the same time allows Classified to be the place where we can push the brand so you can make Raptor with VTOL jetpacks, right? So you definitely nailed the vibe, and that's what we were doing.
Yes, you did.
It was a line extension of how do we push G.I. Joe to be a place for all fans, and how do we get kids into it? How do we get older collectors into it? How do we get younger collectors into it? How does it work for everybody? We want everybody to enjoy G.I. Joe.
Well, what's crazy too is there's multiple generations of fans of G.I. Joe. Because I'm a '90s kid. My stuff is the neon colored
Ninja Force.
Those are great.
And the armored Cobra Commander. It's just it's the ridiculous stuff. That's the stuff that I like. So I'm you have me, and then you have the old school people. They're there from the jump. Augie's a little bit more into the older stuff. He likes
but I lean into the Spearhead and Max. Where you can mute it, or you can do this neon orange.
Yeah, right.
And also I'm it comes with a Bobcat. So so you're hitting so many hits.
To that point, something that we do is we love toys. We love art, and we handle in a way kind of an art project a little bit, where it's
love it.
How can we make this thing beautiful and also very intriguing at the same time? What about this could be something that grasps your interest, and maybe you'll want to pick it up, and maybe you'll get into it, right? So it's that's why we're paying attention to all the stitching and the details, and kind of zhuzhing the designs a little bit. And then in some cases, how do we make it super retro looking? Because it might be something for you. So we're trying to not serve everybody at the same time, but at the same time put something in there that might get somebody to say, hey, these things are cool. I don't even know who that is, but I'll pick up that character.
And I think that puzzle is almost kind of fun.
Yes.
Like, because you're designing something and you're creating something new, but then you also have it in the back of your mind, okay, we might have to do a retro card version of it. So how do we utilize that tooling again? And I think this is such a geeky thing, but I think that puzzle is really fun.
It is fun.
You know what I mean? Like, and we'll talk about it in a second. Like, for example, like Scarlet and Coral and Glenda, like, you know, okay, you have these hits, but some of them are not obvious. There's many G.I. Joes, because it was the 1980s, they had a one-off sculpt.
Yes.
But you know,
you're right.
and they have vests and jackets, and you realize that if you kind of like take that off or you make it a separate layer, you can knock out multiple characters at once.
Yeah.
And if you actually sit down and study it, it's like almost like all the original 12 G.I. Joes or the original 13, other than Scarlet, like they're all wearing like the same outfit, but how can you make it unique, and how can you make it how do you make it for everybody and for yourselves too, and serve that new fan as well as the retro fan, but you're still saving money and you're thinking about the economy of it?
Yeah, because again, at the same time, you have to budget a line that's pretty expansive. I mean, like Hasbro lines are like, for us, we're what, 50, 60 figures a year. Legends is like 100 and something. So it's like, part of the job that kind of goes unseen, or our engineering. Right, like managing how you're going to budget that for the year, and then managing the workload. Like Matt, our engineer, makes the world go round. Yeah, and I don't think I love him to death. He manages these crazy designers, and then works on how to make everything work, and then with the factories. So it's like, that's the thing I think that gets lost in some of this. Where like, these are feats of engineering, and the sculptures are incredible on all these lines. So it's like it's art meets production meets engineering, and it's like it's a lot of work that we all love to do, and if we didn't have the passion, it wouldn't happen. And if we didn't have the fans, it wouldn't happen. So it's really a very special thing that we all can enjoy.
And you guys are a really special team, because you guys all love this stuff so much.
We're about out of time.
Oh, we are.
Oh, my God, that was quick.
Yeah, that was quick. So I want to thank you guys so much.
Yeah, thanks for the interview.
Thank you. It's always a pleasure talking to you guys.
Thank
As
you.
always, my dude.
Yes.
we will be stalking you this entire weekend.
Yes. We'll hit you up with more questions.
Dude,
but
these outfits are
thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. Take it easy, guys.
Bye.